पंखा बंद करवा दो ऊपर से। कोई दिक्कत नहीं, छोड़ छोड़। कैसे रखा था दादा इसको?
Thank you, sir. That was truly a beautiful beginning. Our logo serves as a thoughtful representation of the core principles and long-term vision of the Entrepreneurship Cell. The gear symbolizes the fields of science, technology, and innovation, reflecting our commitment to fostering progress through knowledge and creative problem solving. The leaf signifies growth, sustainability, and social responsibility, underscoring our dedication to supporting ventures that are environmentally conscious and ethically driven. Together, these symbols convey our belief in a future where technological advancement is aligned with sustainable and inclusive development. Hence, our team came up with an idea of felicitating our esteemed judges with a pot of plant. I would hereby like to call upon Nitendu Sinha Roy to felicitate Mr. James Sangma.
Thank you so much, sir. Now I call upon Sir Ayon Bhattacharjee to felicitate Mr. Anirban Paul. Now we invite Sir Ayon Bhattacharjee for the inauguration speech.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome here on such a rainy day. Till day before, we had very good weather, but yesterday night onwards, it has been raining incessantly. At the onset, I welcome Mr. James Sangma, who heads MIDC and is making a lot of difference to the people of this state through MIDC. It was an organization, we knew it existed. It's very near to Bijli campus. But now, with with Mr. Sangma taking over the charge of it, it has become a lively body that is bringing entrepreneurs to the state, and at the same time, it's creating entrepreneurs from the state. And I really thank Mr. Sangma for taking time out, driving 2 hours to reach here in such a weather. Thank you very much, sir. Anirban here is a very old friend of mine. We have been working together in many other projects, and I really welcome you here. I hope you will inspire our students here and will really come up with a great session today. My colleagues here, Nitendu, Atanu, and Vivash, and all the faculty colleagues, all the students. You know, I saw that you wrote the name of this as E-Cell. Okay, E-Cell. Now, what are you all? Basically, biological cells structured into bones, masses, and then they combine together to form a human structure. But it's only one thing that differentiates that human structure from a stone, from any other animal, and that is the ideas that you have. And these ideas need to be developed, brought out in such a way that you make a difference to lives. If you think, Steve Jobs, as a person, read his autobiography, he is just a normal person. But the ideas that he had on how to make the Apple, either the Mac or the phone, that changed the way we look at things. Same thing you can think of any other guy. Mark Zuckerberg, you know, a socially defunct person having a lot of issues that we all also face. But his ideas made all the softwares that we use today. So what ideas you are bringing to us? Are those ideas making a difference to us? That's what we'll be looking for today. So with that, I welcome everyone here. I wish all the best to everyone, and let's have a grand beginning to this Ideathon. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now I would like to invite Atanu sir to felicitate Nitendu sir. Now I would like to call upon Nitendu sir to felicitate Ion sir. And finally, I would like to call Vibhas sir to felicitate Atanu sir.
Now I would like to call Sir James Sangma to come and address the gathering.
Thank you, Madam. Professor Bhattacharjee from the Department of Physics, Professor Nitendu Roy-ji, the Dean, Professor Roy, the President of the Student Activity Center, my colleague in the Meghalaya Industrial Development Corporation, Mr. Anirban Paul, all the other faculty members present here, and of course, most importantly, students, especially the ones who are participating in today's program, the Ideathon 2025. First of all, I'd like to say that I'm extremely honored and I'm thankful to the organizers of this program for making us a part and parcel of this very, very innovative and much needed program, and yes, today it's raining very heavily, but if I were to come to Cherrapunji and not experience rain, I think that would be a disappointment on the contrary. So I'm happy for the rain because this is what Cherrapunji is known for. But having said that, I'm very, very happy to be here. And I think it's a great initiative taken by the faculty members of NIT. And I must congratulate them, and also from the bottom of my heart, as chairman of the Industrial Development Corporation of Meghalaya, thank them for having come up with this program, which I think is going to set the ball rolling for other institutions perhaps to also come up with similar such kind of programs. As we all know, today India is experiencing a growth story. Since 2016, we've seen a phenomenal, growth in startups, and the number of startups, as we all know, we've seen from 2016 till date, it's gone up 300x. That's like exponential and phenomenal sort of a growth, and that has also been supported by many venture capitalists who have come forward and been very supportive of these startups. And we've seen about, I think, to the tune of about $80 billion being invested in startups by venture capitalists. I think that this is something which will spur the growth of our economy and is extremely much needed for our country. And today I represent the government of Meghalaya, and as a government we are also extremely ambitious. Our Honorable Chief Minister Mr. Conrad K. Sangma has spelled out a sort of a roadmap, a vision of a $10 billion economy for Meghalaya, which is of course very humble, but I think for a state like Meghalaya, a small state like us, it is a very, very big dream to have a $10 billion economy in Meghalaya. And pursuant to this sort of a dream of having an economic boom and growth in the state of Meghalaya, we've seen how the government is taking on a new role. We've seen governments in the past, governments are always seen as taking up the role of an implementer. So we've seen governments taking up various projects and implementing it themselves. But the dream and the focus of today Meghalaya is to play the role of more of a facilitator than implementing things ourselves. I think that's very, very important. It's quite a marked change, in terms of how governments work and how governments are looking at providing growth for the economy. And this is, I think, a great way of encouraging our youngsters also in terms of not looking at being job seekers but being job creators. And as facilitators, government is, as you all know already, how government of Meghalaya has set up incubation centers, is providing the necessary the support system, the ecosystem for entrepreneurs to come up, because there is no dearth of ideas. I think that the youth of India today are extremely intelligent, they have so much potential, and they are just bursting with ideas. It's the support system that is required. And with that kind of support system, we've seen like small startups, like I come from Garo Hills, as you all know, and in Garo Hills itself, we're seeing many small micro industries come up now. And one is very interesting example, which is an ice cream initiative started by somebody, and it started in a very humble way, but it's really taken up. It's called Nokma ice cream, and It's of course based on a word, Nokma, which is the headman of a village, a traditional body, and but this is doing extremely well. So we've seen how startups can really grow and go from just a micro industry to to becoming industry leaders. Like for example, Flipkart. As we all know, Flipkart started as just an e-marketplace for books, and today they are one of the biggest e-commerce houses in the country, and that's the amount of scalability that's there. And which is why today, when all of you are participating in this event, I'm very sure that whatever the ideas that you are coming up with today, no matter how small they are, every idea is a good idea, number one, and every idea is a scalable model, number two. And which is why I think that there must be a lot of impetus and a lot of importance given to incubation. And I hope that tomorrow we will see that the Ideathon isn't just about ideas, but NIT will take it a step forward and also handhold and also provide that necessary support for entrepreneurs coming up with ideas, because that's extremely important. Today, there are many challenges that people with bright ideas, they come up with, but then without that necessary hand-holding, sometimes they just fall flat and fall on the wayside. So incubation is a very important sector, and I really look forward to that Ideathon will eventually blossom into something which is not just about ideas, but also goes next step in terms of incubation. I am very excited about today's program, and I've seen the number of participants that are there today, students of NIT, and really as a judge, I look forward to listening to those ideas, and me and Mr. Anirban, my colleague, we really look forward to this not just being a great experience for you, but also a great learning and also great engaging experience for the both of us. And on that positive note, I'd like to wish all the participants here today all the very best. May you shine and may you come up with ideas. You are the future of the country, the problem solvers, and a lot of our hopes and our aspirations rest on your able shoulders, and we really look forward to all of you being the agents of change in the near future. So with these words, all the very best to all the contestants, and thank you to NIT for giving us this opportunity to be part of this Ideathon 2025. God bless each and every one of you, and all the very best once again. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you so much, sir, for your insightful words. Now, I would like to request Mr. Anirban Paul to kindly share his thoughts with us.
Dean for Research and Consultancy, Professor Dipindu Sinha Roy, Professor Atanu Bhattacharya, Department of Physics, and also a long-time associate, and Professor Atanu Sinha Roy, the President of the SAC, and all the faculty, students present here for this wonderful event, Ideathon 2025. Very good morning to all of you. At the outset, Professor Atanu was mentioning about the rain, which sort of played some sort of a spoilsport in today's event. But it sort of struck an idea when he was talking about it, whether rain in itself is one of the areas in which startups are functioning today. Meghalaya being one of the states which receives one of the highest amounts of rainfalls, but also one of the states which has the lowest amount of groundwater in the country, where people face a lot of water challenges. And it reminded me of one startup which I was just reading about, when one of the fellow coordinators had invited me to this event, a startup called NIT in Gujarat, which was trying to solve a very similar problem for recharging groundwater, for bringing water to a lot of these huts, which did not have the required infrastructure to come up with buildings, but they themselves were suffering from a lot of water shortage issues. In the quest of which they established systems for recharging groundwater, systems for establishing rainwater harvesting in a lot of these villages in Gujarat, in turn saving 125 billion liters of water for the state, which is what makes me realize that a startup is probably not giving large solutions to small problems. The problems are probably already there, but a tiny initiative to think about that one small solution to the large problem is what makes a startup a startup. Like, nobody would have thought that communication could have been streamlined by companies such as Uber, where you could literally book cabs sitting at your house using the tips of your fingers. Nobody would have thought about food delivery apps. But these are some of the fewer examples. We have seen greater examples in the market. I don't know how many of you would have also noticed in a lot of buildings which have tiny staircases, there are systems for seated escalators, which essentially are supposed to help persons with disabilities go up the stairs and making the building more accessible. So what I'm trying to tell you is India is also known as a market which has this very concept of jugaad, as they call it in Hindi, where people come up with these rapid solutions to address problems which are much more larger in nature, which is what, as Honorable Chairman was also mentioning about India having this 300x growth in the startup market. India is one of the largest startup ecosystems in the world as well today. It's creating immense amount of jobs, nearly 17 lakh jobs created every year just from the startup ecosystem itself. And we at the Northeast are becoming an important part of this startup journey of India itself. As far as I recall, the last statistics that I would have read up on, there are almost 2,100 startups which are registered in Northeast itself, which tells us that we are no longer players on the sidelines, but we are becoming a part of the growth story. We are strategically positioned to cater to the ASEAN tech-driven markets which are coming up fast. We have the advantage of language on our side, English language being one of the primary used language in the region. And of course, we have a traditional understanding of what sustainability essentially means, because that's something which is imbibed in the culture of the Northeastern people. So, I just in general believe the fact that we are having the potential, and as Honorable Chairman was mentioning about the ideas that are in plenty, but incubation being the necessity. Because at the end of the day, it is the small thought about how to make things, how to make things more accessible to people, how to come up with solutions. Personally, from whatever we would have seen, personally from what we would have read, a lot of startups start out with the idea of whether the startup will make money. Essentially, those startups end up failing because, of course, finance being an important part of the startup ecosystem is central to a startup, but a startup comes about thinking about a solution, whether this will help people, whether we are providing a solution, money being the byproduct, and essentially, ultimately, being a scalable part of the entire ecosystem. So I'm happy that NIT Meghalaya is taking this initiative, because a state like Meghalaya is slowly coming up with a lot of startups, a lot of vibrant minds in the room here today, and we are hopeful to see a lot of bright ideas which will be there in the room. I'm also happy to see that a lot of people have participated in individual capacities as well, which also goes to show that there is a fair bit of thought in terms of what the entrepreneurial spirit would mean. And in that regard, I would also like to thank NIT Meghalaya for inviting us to this wonderful event, hoping to see a great flurry of exchange of ideas, exchange of thoughts, and a lot of learning at the end of the day. So So once again, thank you to NIT Meghalaya for having this wonderful event, and we look forward to having a bright day ahead. Sure. Thank you so much. Jai Hind.
Thank you so much, sir, for your valuable words. Next, we call upon Professor Dityendu Sinha Roy to kindly come and give the vote of thanks.
So, a very good morning to all the students, the dignitaries on dais from MITC. It's a great pleasure to have them on board. But before I start delivering the vote of thanks, a few points on behalf of the institute which I would like. But before that, I like all the students, please, like those here, excuse me. So this is the program. All of you can just take a seat. See, all of you are like my younger brothers and sisters. So per se, I take the liberty. Take a seat. This is an opportunity. We have somebody from the industrial sector, the MIDC, from the government. This management will go on. We might have 100 faults with lighting of the lamp, this and that is not the heart of it, right? We are here. We are having an entrepreneurship cell. We have an incubation cell. It's a common cell for all. So I would like to brief to you what is going to happen. So for whatever reason it was not done, so on behalf of the institute I do that. You also, please do not exclude yourself. See, be aware, sit down, take a seat, listen. This is just a formal session, things might go wrong. Purpose should not be beaten, right? So we are here for a purpose. Not that NIT Meghalaya is doing for our students, it's not like that. It's like Mr. James, he pointed out, even while driving, we see in front, we have to see 2 feet in front, 20 feet in front, depending, right? We also see the back, what is happening, so that we can get a holistic picture. As a nation, we need to have entrepreneurs, job seekers to job providers. These points were made. If you do not listen, what is the purpose of having the guests? So with that in queue, hoping that all of you are right now at that point in time where you are able to absorb what we are going to speak. There are plans which NIT Meghalaya as an institute is like starting. We had our own set of problems, COVID being a big one, we installed the building installation, there was shifting, a very, very hectic job. So we could not do our activities. Right now we are starting with a rejuvenated enthusiasm to start that. So under the Ministry of Education, we have started a capacity building program for our students in the pedagogy, like for the courses that you are taking, the undergraduate courses primarily. From your BTech first year, so there will be certain courses in which design thinking will be built in. So this I wanted to inform. MIDC might know that we provide consultancy services to many Government of India and private firms, including the BRO, the Border Roads Organization, the National Highway Authority of India, and we get research projects in abundance from all the major government funding agencies, the National Research Foundation, ANRF, the DST of course, then we have projects from the Ministry of Electronics and IT, the Ministry of Home Affairs, just to name a few. So we are in this field of research and consultancy, we do it a lot, but that doesn't create, those parts, the faculty members are already, excuse me ma'am, Anjali, take a seat, simple thing, just listen, be here, we can carry it on, there will be 100 problems. Don't exclude yourself. It's not any elite group. All of you are part of it. We are looking for all of you to take this step. Not that we are expecting that out of the 450 undergraduate students, we will have 400. We are not expecting that. Give it a try. Like Mr. Anirban was also saying. See, we come from different places, we perceive problems in different ways. Isn't it? Some of you come from rural areas, some of you come from very hot Rajasthan, let's say. We have actually, for the information of the delegates, we have, I think apart from Jammu and Kashmir and maybe Punjab, 1 or 2 states, we have representation from across the country. So we grow up in different societal circumstances, the environmental challenges. So we should not be impervious to the situation, the awarenesses, the problems that we come up with. Like right now, that's why I'm saying, be aware where you all are. Without that, how will you see what is the problem? Okay, so we are trying to, as an institute, we are trying to inculcate this capacity building, design thinking right from the first year, not for you, I think most of you are beyond fourth semester in this particular group, but we are doing this program in two groups. There is some support we are getting from the Ministry of Education. There are also, so under that program we are bringing in a number of mentors from the industry, from like Mr. Anirban, people who can help us with legal aspect. We are trying to completely refurbish the cell altogether, where we are trying to, we already have a Section 8 company under the NITM FITI. So we are trying our best to come up with support for the students who will probably graduate from this, let's say from today's Ideathon to the next logical step where you can think of scaling, and so you need legal support, you need financial support, you need let's say chartered accountants and all for doing that. So we will do everything for you. But in the meantime, please do not mind, I'm pointing out these are volunteers who have worked very hard, but the point is that don't exclude yourself. Just because you are volunteering doesn't mean that you can't play a role. Okay, so this is the heart of it. Okay, so as an institute, NIT Meghalaya is trying to inculcate and facilitate you as you are the center of it. So you as an entrepreneur of the future, it's obvious that all of us will not succeed, but give it a try. And while you are in the process of graduating. So this I wanted to mention. These are just a few things we are doing. I'm sure if Dr. Vivas Manna, the main person, he didn't want to be on stage. For whatever reason, I don't know, he must have been there, should have been there. But anyway, so that's a part I do my formality for which I was called. I thought this was very important because we need help. We are a new institute. Without the help from the government, the policies, they will make the policies for you all to flourish. Right, the chairman of MITC is here. So if it doesn't connect all of you to what is happening, let's say to the different innovators whom they are supporting in their capacity, without information sharing, it's like a frog stuck in a blind well. So that will be our situation. Nothing will never be able to come out of that well. So while they are here, ask questions. Of course, today's formal program is whatever, that's it. Please take this opportunity, interact, whatever during lunchtime. I am sure they will be very happy to help us. There will be formal question answers, whatever, fine. So I'll start the 30-second vote of thanks. I'm very grateful, of course, to MITC as a whole, as an institute, and the chairman and advisor, Mr. Aniban, both of them are here. So I'm sure this is it's a tough for them, might be, but this should be a pleasure for them. That is their duty. Just like we, as faculty members, as professors, we have not run businesses. We can't help you in that. That is the reason we are calling people from different parts. Please come and help. Please come and help. There is a long queue. I think till February we have planned a program every month. We have appointed 6 mentors, if I'm not, or 7 maybe. The Institute Innovation Council has been revamped, trying it all, and we need hand holding from not just MITC but all the government agencies and all, which I'm sure they will help us. So I'm very grateful to all of them. Unfortunately, Director Professor Manta could not be there. He went to the Foreign Language University at Nehu for some official MOU signing. So on his behalf, Professor Bhattacharya, who has taken up this honors to speak to us, the President of the Student Activity Center, whose only job is to encourage you, not just for technology, and the cultural aspects and all, but he is there. Of course, Vivas Manna and the student volunteers. So if I am missing anything, I am sure that is not intention. With that, I'll end. So if I am missing anything, please do pardon me, and to these volunteers. Please don't mind. See, this is as a job what to do. I am a professor, so I am just like an elder, but it's very apt for me to remind you. The purpose is there, and while you do all the activities, and while, let's say, we all are looking for startups, at the end of it, not just we as this team over here, or the faculty members, or the SAC president, or the, not like that. The nation needs you. Okay, so nothing will come easy. It will be a tough ride. You can say, why will I take it? History is proof to it. Nobody has become strong because of circumstances. Okay, so we might face challenges, rain, that, facilities are not there. Make up your mind. We have to do it for the state and the nation as a whole. Okay, if we do it, we extend it to others. We become job providers to others. So with lot of hope, we are trying to facilitate all of you to the best of our capacity. I hope all of you will take the heart of it, purpose of it. So thank you, and if I missed anybody, it's a formality is to say thank you. So that was my job. If I missed somebody, please do not mind. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your motivating words. I would next call upon Arush Raman, convener E-Cell and GS Technical NIT Meghalaya for the event flow explanation.
So very good morning to everyone present here, honorable dignitaries who have taken out time from the busy schedule to be with us and grace this occasion. I would just give a small summary of what are the flow of events which are going to take place today. After this, we will be going on and we'll be having this session 1 where we'll be having like 10 teams presenting the ideas to our honorable panel of judges. You will be evaluated on the basis of your creativity, impact and your innovation. Nothing else matters. And at last but not the least, I would also like to thank our team who has worked tirelessly to make this event possible, and all our teachers who have been of utmost support whenever we needed. Thank you. So let's start. So before we start the event, let's stand for our national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Participants, give it your best shot. Remember, the aim is not just to win, but to learn and grow through this journey.
Let's get started with the presentations. Our first theme is Masala Tea. So please come forward and present your idea.
This is an NIT Meghalaya, where innovation is our mission.
While our judges are settling into their seats, let us all watch the video which was made by the NITM E-Cell team. Thank you.
300 acres, 1,000 students, and a million ideas. This is an NIT Meghalaya, where innovation is our mission and curiosity is inspiration. In the misty hills of Meghalaya, we're ready to build the next wave of change makers. It's time to ignite. It's time to shine. It's time for E-Cell NIT Meghalaya. A launch pad for every innovator, a a home for every wild idea, a space we nurture, build, create, lead, and grow. Take mentorships, pitch nights, startup weekends, and the best part of it, we're already on the move. From Kautisha, our annual tech fest that brings out the coder, builder, and creator in all of us. From robots that battle it out in our arenas. From circuits sparking ideas to late night grind and making them come alive.
But this is just the beginning. At ECEL NIT Meghalaya, we don't just dream, we execute. And what's our vision? To become the biggest, boldest startup cell in Meghalaya. A nerve center of ambition, a breeding ground for problem solvers. From grassroots innovation solving global problems, to moonshot startups aiming for the global stage. We are here to make it happen. We want to empower every student, not just to get a job, but to create them. Not just ask questions, but to find answers that spark revolutions. We are not waiting for change, we are becoming it. This is not just a cell, it's a movement. Dare to dream, dare to grow, dare to ignite.
So, let's buckle up to innovate, ignite, and inspire.
What if a coding question, a guitar class, a math solution, 1 hour of learning can help you earn some quick pocket money and also help somebody learn something? Won't this be a great benefit to students? This brings us Team Masala Tea to a very interesting problem statement. What does our problem statement state? Students all over the world have talent, a lot of talent. But oftentimes, they don't have the means necessary to convert this talent to a source of income. Of course, multiple platforms like Fiverr, Freelancer, Upwork exist. But are they student-centric? The answer is no. There are 4 professionals for businessmen for freelancers. There are multiple sites where doubt solving is enabled. But do they have a trust system? The answer is no. This makes them quite unreliable. What does this problem give us? This gives us an opportunity. 4 opportunities, 4 key pillars. First is a massive student market. In India alone, there are 4.3 crore students with a lot of talent, untapped talent. Second, we have a growing need for students, unmet needs. There is a demand, a growing demand for services like music classes, art classes, coding classes, some physics assignment. Third, Meghalaya and the Northeast. If we look all around us, students are so very talented out here. Every second, a new talent is born. There are people who are so good at sports, arts, music, but they lack the access to these mainstream freelancing sites. And fourth, we have scalability beyond borders. What works in Meghalaya will work in Northeast and it will work in India. Over to Priyanshu.
So what is our solution? We present to you Hustle Hub, a student-first marketplace, a micro freelance hub where students can sell their skills at an affordable pricing, be it tutoring, coding, art, graphic designing, etc., etc. And students who will also be the buyers can get their job done at an affordable prices. One of the core features of our platform is a smart Q&A reputation system, where students can earn reputation points not just by selling, but also by answering queries for other students for free. Now we trust in trust and transparency. That's why buyers will be able to see sellers' rating, their reputation points, and their past works, and they will also be able to interact with the sellers directly on the platform through a built-in messaging system. Now, here's a short video demonstration of how the app will look like, because we believe in showing more than words. So, our solution is a mobile-first platform because we believe in making it accessible for everyone. That's why we present to you Hustle Hub, your shortcut to smart hustle. So, where you can earn while you learn. Now, onto the onboarding page. Here. Now say here Mr. Satyam. Mr. Satyam wants to sign up as a seller. So here is a platform, mobile first solution where students can sign up as sellers or either as buyers and showcase or sell their skills. Now, onto the onboarding page. Here says Mr. Satyam can sign up for this.
We're having technical glitches in sales.
Sorry for the delay.
So we're having a login page. Suppose you're Mr. Satyam and you want to log into our page. And here you'll be seeing your profile. Mr. Satyam, you have your about section, you have your skills section, and you have a seller rating of 4.8, which is great. Keep up the good work. Next, we have categories for our gigs, where you will be able to categorize them based on coding, video animation, technical stuff, music, audio, business, so many gigs. We'll also have a find services page, where basically, wherever who wants to avail a service will be able to post it. And also the ones who wants to get some sort of a service availed, like they want an artist needed, they can post it and they can even set the amount for how much they need. There's a messaging system for you, Mr. Satyam. You can directly have a contact with your seller, Anupam, who will be guiding you throughout. Next, we will also have a collaboration board because not everything is about money, is it? Here in the collaboration board, you can avail free services. Where suppose you want to have a team member for a hackathon, right? You'll be having a post out here where all the users who want to join a hackathon for you are going to comment on it for free. And you will be able to build your reputation points. Suppose you have a comment and somebody likes your comment and they take you for work. They will like you, they will give you votes. And with that votes, you will build your reputation system around it.
Now, what makes us different? There are 4 key pillars of Hustle Hub. First is student first, affordability, a smart reputation system, and community driven. So, student first. So, while on our computer platforms, they are mostly focused on seasoned experience with over 5 or 10 years of experience. Hustle Hub focuses mainly on students and young hustlers like you and me. Now, affordability. So, like while our competitors have a very high entry fees ranging from 400 rupees all the way up to 20,000 rupees, Hustle Hub mainly focuses on small gigs ranging from 50 rupees to 500 rupees. Now, the smart reputation system. Now, on computer platforms like Fiverr or Upwork, you can only gain reputation once you start selling, which can be very tedious for beginners. But on our platform, you can gain reputation by answering queries or engaging with the community. Now, the most important thing is community driven. While other platforms are mostly transactional focused, our focus is also on learning because it's not just about earning. Now, over to Karan.
This brings us to the question, what is our market? 96,000 students in Meghalaya, 1.15 million students in Northeast, and 4.3 crore students in India. This is our market. We also have a revenue system, a revenue model. Since it is for the students, we will be having free user registrations for students. How will we get the commission? It will be per transaction, 10 to 15% per transaction. Then, once our model grows, once our business grows, we plan to expand it by giving premium registration for users. We'll also connect with multiple NITs and IITs and other colleges, and we're also going to give targeted ads. Now, every movement begins with a single step. What is that single step for us? It is none other than the ground we are standing upon. It will be our college. It will be our pivot point. But we are not going to just stop at that. We are going to ensure, we are going to have a reach in most of the colleges and institutes of Meghalaya in Northeast. Because we know Northeast is a center for untapped potential. It is a center where talent is born every second. After that, we'll be expanding it to India, connecting rural and semi-urban areas alike. Because we want to foster an environment where students can grow, learn, earn, and collaborate together. So the next time you want to hustle, don't just hustle, do Hustle Hub. For the students, from the students. Because we are young students, we are young minds, and we aim for the sky. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Team Masala team. It was a wonderful kickstart. Next up, I call upon the second team, Aryan Raj, for their presentation. Before that, I request the judges if you have any questions for the team.
Hi, great presentation, and there's a good amount of work you've done on explaining it. My question is, firstly, like, who's your client base? Like, who are you essentially targeting? People who wanted to come on this platform and avail the services? And a follow-up to that question would be, what would stop, let's say, that client from paying, let's say, smaller premium and getting, let's say, better reliability from a platform like Upwork?
Thank you, sir, for the question. For the first, our demographic is basically students. Students of any age, of any gender, of any race, of any ethnicity. Students. Be it school students, college students, people doing MTech, people doing PhD. This is our demographic. Second of all, we already talked about this platform called Fiverr. It has a very premium feel to it, where you can avail services. Just start from 500, 600 and go up to 10,000, 20,000. That is surely working for others, but what about students? When I just want to get a help for a math question, I'm not able to understand it from YouTube lectures, but I want somebody around my campus, or maybe from outside my campus, who's able to help me. And they're offering the services for just a meager 100 rupees. This is our range, from 50 to 500 rupees initially, very student friendly. This is what will make us different from the other competitors.
And how would you stop professionals to be on this platform?
We will probably have a verification system for it, probably an email verification system. We want to make it very student-centric. We don't want anybody who are probably already working professionals because they might misuse it for their own personal benefit. We'll have a student verification system with emails.
So, like, you would essentially not want to have professionals on this platform? Like, you would just want students to be catering to students, but like no professionals at all?
Yes, we would like to make it very student-centric, students of all ages.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for your questions. Next, I call upon Team Kickstart for their presentation.
Good morning, everyone. So, I'll start my presentation with a quote that is said by the Abraham Lincoln. Once he said that if I had 6 hours to cut a tree, I would spend 4 hours to make my axe sharpen. So, what do you think? What is the axe in our career? So, it is obviously roadmap, right? So, now imagine you are a student and you want to get some job, and maybe some of you can be IS aspirants, or someone may want to start a company. Now, what do you think? When you want to start something, definitely there is some questions that you want to solve. So for that, what you do? You go on YouTube, you see videos, you search, you read random articles, and after doing all of this, you end up a result, and you are suspicious of that result, that it is good or not. Will it be working, or what will be the result? So, here we present this Goal Connect. So it is basically, let me tell you one thing, why did we pick this Goal Connect? So, a goal without a plan is just a wish. So, Goal Connect will convert your goal into achievements by providing good mentors. So here we are providing good mentors. As I earlier said that imagine you are a student or something. At that time, maybe you want someone that can help you as a mentor. So basically this is for that. And inside this, we will provide a feature where you will enter your job goal, and we will provide a mentor from whom they will guide you. And that's all, and now the thing will tell.
So let me walk you through the MVP of Goal Connect.
Let's say you want to become a travel blogger, but you don't have any mentorship who can mentor you how to achieve that goal. So you will enter the goal on our app, and after that you will instantly get verified mentors who have achieved the exactly same milestone, and you can book quick and free one-to-one session and have conversation about that goal, how to achieve that goal. And after that one-to-one session, the mentors will also provide resources, roadmap and notes about that goal which help them to achieve that goal. Now, Now we have also feedback and rating system so that the experience remains authentic. And apart from one-to-one sessions, we also have a community forum on which mentors and aspirants both can discuss and share their motivational stories and anything like conversational. So you may wonder, why would any busy professional will join our Goal Connect? So I want to say that many achievers who have achieved great goals want to share their journey and want to help people who also want to achieve that goal. But they lack a platform on which they can guide people. So we are bridging that gap with Goal Connect. We are making a platform where professionals and aspirants can have a healthy discussion on how to achieve their goal. Now, what benefits would person can have on our platform? So a person can make a personal brand, and later on he can also charge some money for mentorship. Like for a year, anyone who wants to get mentorship for a year, he can get that mentorship with some minimum charges. So altogether, our platform is a gold mine for both the achievers and aspirants. Now, our teammate Vivek will share.
Thanks, Sachin, for giving the information. Now, I will talk about the market opportunity of our product. So, first of all, we already know that in India there are JEE and NEET aspirants whose number are more than 35 lakh. And this is only the academic number. If you talk about something passionate, like someone wants to become a good financial advisor and all that, then it's become a big number. And if you talk about tech-based education, then its market value is around 400 billion, which is a lot. And then what's the gap between today's product and what's the bridge we will fulfill? Then we have LinkedIn and all that, but LinkedIn is only a networking site. It doesn't give you personal experiences. And what about YouTube? YouTube has everything. Means YouTube already give you everyone is there for advice, but you don't know who is authentic and who is really working on that field. Everyone says that I am in this field, I am saying this thing, but you don't know that really he is from that field or not. So this is the gap we will fulfill. We will provide someone we will ensure that this person is really a genuine person, and the person who needs him, he can talk with him. Now we will talk about revenue model. How we will generate revenue. First of all, we will give premium one-to-one session. In the first introduction talk is free, and if you want some long sessions and means you want a same tutor for a month, for a year, then you can hire him, not hire, but you can hire him and say that I want him for 1 year and I want his guidance. And second one is we can partnership with many universities and we can partnership with collaboration means we can partnership with college and universities and training companies where we can build a network where everyone is there. And third one is affiliate partnership for mutual growth. We can suggest some courses, some mentors from where we can generate revenue, and multi-level subscription plans. We make ad free. We can generate from ad, but we make a app where it's ad free, so we can charge some money. We can take some money from subscription. Means if someone is giving you lecture, then we can take 5 to 10% from him. That's all we want. Now Arya will continue.
Unlike general portals that already exist, our goal to net is personalized, it's scalable. Now we will start at lower level. We will start with college students. We will connect with our seniors who will become first mentors on our platform. And then we will connect with other colleges, and we will diversify our different fields. And we will also utilize latest technologies such as AI, which will not only enhance our platform, but also will make user experience better. Our vision is to make a platform where everyone, regardless of background, whether poor or rich, can achieve its goal through a experience. Thank you for. Any questions?
Yeah, thank you for your presentation. It was really good. I just have two things I wanted to seek clarification on. In terms of your competitors, who are your competitors, and have you done a comparative analysis in terms of their pricing and your pricing? Because you didn't mention anything about pricing. So that's my first question.
Our competitors are like top mentors, or there is many other platforms which provide this service. And the thing is that they hire people that they charge in dollars. Basically, they are international type of companies, so they charge in dollars, which basically made for people in India very expensive. So because we are state-based Indian companies, our charges will generally be low. So that will help students from poor background to get mentorship experience.
मतलब आप अच्छा खासा अंतर रखेंगे उनमें और आपके बीच में अच्छा खासा अंतर मतलब that's what you're proposing,
yes,
right? ठीक है. And secondly, I just wanted to ask you, what is the type of platform that you're using? Is it an app? Is it a portal, website?
We will start with app-based, and then we will switch to websites and these things of website and apps.
We will start with that.
आप ऐप से शुरू करेंगे. ठीक है. Thank you.
Hi, great presentation. So, my question is, ideally you guys will operate on a subscription-based model, is what I understand. So, I think some part of the presentation you were mentioning that essentially the idea is for mentors to come and share their experiences, but there's also an option for them to make it optionally paid, like they can get paid for coming and sharing their experiences. So, my question is, how are the mentors getting an incentive to sort of follow through with their clients or whoever we may call them? Because firstly, let's, for example, say if it's an IS officer, anyway the time is short in his hand, he does not have too much time. If he's not getting paid to do it, is he going to take, let's say, some 15-20 sessions to follow through with someone and continuously see the process of his learning and growth?
So, sir, first you have to understand there are two types of mentors. So, basically, say a student is in 8th class and he wants to top 10th. So, he can contact 10th topper, but 10th topper is also just a student. He can work part-time and earn money through it. But let's say you are UPSC aspirant and you want advice from IS. But IS can't give you everyone 5 to 10 minute advice. So, we can conduct a group session where IS can introduce to 500 to 1,000 people, and he can charge money for this in lakhs, and student very least
student will have to get very less money for that session.
So is it more like a counseling service as well, or?
No, basically he can guide you. It's basically counseling service, but for large people like IS, you have to attend in group because IS can't give that much time. But for smaller goals or for careers which are very generic like IITs, NITs, you can directly contact through college students which they can earn money, college students can earn money, and a person can get guidance from person who already have achieved that goal.
Okay, sure. All right, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, Team Kickstart, for your wonderful presentation. Also, I request the audience that whenever the teams finish their presentation, please appreciate them with an applause. Come on, guys. Now, unlike the other entries that came in teams, our next presentation is by an individual participant who has taken up this challenge all by herself. Please welcome Yashvi Nath on the stage.
Hello everyone. I'm quite nervous but very excited to participate in Ideathon 2025. I would like to begin by introducing myself. My name is Yashvi Nath and I would like to present my business model, that is Cloud Abroad Tours, your getaway to a hassle-free Meghalaya travel experience. So before starting to explain my model, I would like to starting to explain my model, I would like to tell you all about how I got the idea. When I was in my economics class, my economics teacher was teaching us about tourism. And when she was telling us about tourism, she stated that Meghalaya doesn't have tourist information centers in a good condition. So the tourist information centers, that is Meghalaya Tourist Development Corporation, that is set up by Meghalaya Tourism Development Corporation, is not in a good condition. And that is when I came up with the idea, that is Cloud Abroad Tours. The summary of my execution is that it is an end-to-end travel solution for Meghalaya-bound tourists. All tourists who plan to visit Meghalaya, they can get all the services in one go. Services like sightseeing, transport, stays, customized itineraries, and more. Our mission is to provide stress-free and hassle-free travel experience to all the tourists of Meghalaya. The vision is to become a leading tourism service provider in Northeast India. Now let's look at the problems and the solutions. Tourists face difficulties finding reliable accommodations, local transport, customized experiences, lack of centralized tourist services in Meghalaya. The solution to that is Cloud Abroad Tours is a one-stop platform for all travel needs. Full travel planning based on budget, partnering with local providers to ensure quality service. The target is domestic and international tourists who plan on visiting Meghalaya. Tourism industry in Meghalaya in 2022 was 1600 crore and it is expected to grow to 12,000 crore by 2028. Increasing demand for curated and hassle-free travel experience is high. My business model is to earn revenue via margin from customer budgets. So for example, if a customer have a budget of rupees 10,000, we will fulfill it in 8,000. and then the rest 2,000 will be the revenue that we will be getting from it. And it will include services like accommodation, transport, food, sightseeing, etc. And we will do partnerships with hotels, resort, B&Bs, etc. So tourists find it very difficult. They have to go through different websites. Like, for example, if they have to book a hotel, they have to go through GoIBibo, then Airbnbs and all that. And if they have to look for food or transportation, then they have to go to other websites and other apps. But here in Cloud Abroad Tours, we will provide every service in one go. There is a customization approach as well. We will plan the travel experience on the basis of group size, budget, and preferences on what they prefer. Like if they want to do adventures, bungee jumping, swimming, then they want to go for sightseeing, nature, waterfall, etc. And the flexibility is from weekend getaways to week-long holidays as well. And there will be 24/7 customer support throughout the trip. The marketing and sales strategies are these: social media, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. So through social media, we can do barter systems like or collaborations. So we can do partnerships with hotels, and then we can do partnerships with influencers. We provide influencers with free stays in the hotels, and they can promote the hotels with our brand tag. Now, the sales channels, we are looking forward to making website and mobile apps in the future, and direct messages, WhatsApp, email, etc. Financials and key milestones. Initial funding is 4 lakhs, and the revenue target in 1 year is 10 lakh as estimated. And the key milestones are launch in 3 months, 500 plus customers in 1 year, expand to other Northeast states by the 2nd year, and this is only an estimation. The advantages: why should we choose Cloud Abroad Tours? It's an all-in-one travel planning, customizable and budget-friendly packages. Local partnership ensures ethnicity and quality, which will definitely make us get more customers. Personalized service with local expertise, peace of mind with end-to-end management, and no hassle. With this, I would like to conclude. Thank you.
Hi, Yashi.
Hello, sir.
Firstly, congrats, you did it on an individual basis, so that's pretty great. So my question is the fact that how would your model be different from, let's say, already existing tour operators who are, let's say, offering packages of sort. Like, for example, if somebody is willing to spend 20,000 rupees, they have like a 3-star hotel. Somebody is willing to spend 50,000, they have a 5-star hotel. So how would this be different from that?
So we will, I will like try to network with all local vendors and hotels, and then we will try to get it at a very cheap rate, so that we can provide customers with a very cheap and affordable budget rate, and then this will definitely attract more customers towards us.
But there would still be competition for you, right? Because let's say if Make My Trip is still giving those options, I understand that your model is more personalized, but there is still an alternate option of people to still refer to, let's say, a website like Make My Trip. So wouldn't you think that would still be competition for you?
But sir, I think that Make My Trip does not provide customization like how I am looking forward to providing to our customers. Like for example, if they want to go for sightseeing and they want to do adventure like bungee jumping, and then I am aiming to provide it to them in a very short period of time. Like we will provide it to them in 1 day. Everything they want to explore. If they want to explore it in 1 day, we will provide it to them in 1 day. If they want to explore it in 2 days, we'll provide it in 2 days. So that is my aim, sir.
Hi, Shri.
Yes,
Don't have to be nervous. We're not here to criticize you or anything like that. I think, for me personally, I am a very, very, frequent traveler. I travel a lot. And I think your idea is very good in terms of personal, curated, holidays, because that is what we also look forward to. When you're traveling, you just don't want to face the hassles of your taxi not being there or whatever it is. I think, one suggestion that maybe you could add, like from a Meghalaya perspective, that we have a lot of, undiscovered gems,
Yes.
right? So when you curate something like this, a lot of people will just go for something like Dauki, something
Yes,
from
sir.
Molinong,
Yes,
but there are
sir.
many other small gems which people don't know about,
Yes,
right?
sir.
And maybe cloud aboard tours would be, looking at curating it from that angle, that we are giving you an experience which no one else can, because we are giving you these small undiscovered gems.
Yes, sir.
So anyway, that's just a suggestion. I think that everything boils down to pricing here.
Yes.
You're taking 20% as your commission.
Yes.
Now, do you think that's justified for me as a customer, as a tourist who wants to, shell out 20% to pay you as your commission, whereas I have the option of, say, Go Ibibo or Make My Trip or any of these other agencies where little bit of effort, I book hotels, I do my own research on the internet,
Yes.
and I'm saving 20%. Do you think it's justified? Just a question.
So it's just an estimation, like 20% is just an estimation. But I think most of the customers will obviously look for to save their time, to just not research and then make their trip easier. So if we bring it down to like 10% or 12%, then I think there will be a lot of customers who will be very interested in this business model. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Yashri, for your wonderful presentation. Along with our offline teams, we also have participants joining us online. Up next, we have Team V Yes Code, who will be presenting their idea virtually. The screen is yours, Team V Yes Code.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay. So, can I start now?
Yes, you can start.
Okay, hello, good afternoon everyone. I am Jatin Gera and I am currently in 7th semester of my BTech, and over the past 1 year, I have sat through about 10 plus interviews in my college placement program. So I noticed a small pattern there, like it's a common pattern I noticed throughout the placement journey. Like many of my friends who have decent skill set, who have decent skill in technical domain, but they are getting consequently rejected in interviews, like not in the coding rounds, but in the HR and communication rounds especially. Meanwhile, some of the students are not even having some basic domain knowledge as well, although the college tried to provide them with trainings. But the main problem is that they are not getting the proper mentorship or the proper, you can say, consistent guidance, on what skills they are needed to prepare with to crack a role. If you are targeting a Google specific role or you are targeting for a FANG company, they are not having enough skills. Okay, and after that, I also think most of the students are not bothered up to check the company's latest, how they are conducting their interview rounds, or what they are asking specifically to a specific job seeker. Okay, okay, let me present my PPT as well. I think it is visible.
Yes, it is visible.
Okay. So, think this power is also an interview, like what we are having in this speech. It is also a kind of interview. Like you respected panelists are going to filter out best candidates from the larger pool, and we as founders have to prepare ourselves beforehand as well. So I also noticed these changes. Like issues are not only on the candidates or the recruiters part. Also the colleges and institutions faces some barriers as well. Like there are resource limitations, and although they are providing trainings, the students are not getting placed. And I can vouch for the CS field. Like our current curriculum is not up to the standard with the industry. Like what they are seeking for in the particular child, like we are not, the programs are not training us like that. So for cracking the interview parts, I know like there are very resource creative platforms like YouTube and other Udemy sites, but they are providing the resources. They are not helping you to crack with the interview. Like what we think, like if we ask ChatGPT some questions and we can get some answers, we can remember them, and in the interview we can just go through them. So we can crack the interview. No, that's not what happens in the real interview. Like I have faced them. So what happens, like the technical reviewers or the HR or manager team, they focus on your mental ability as well. Like how would you deal with a particular situation, and they also notice your tone, the delivery of message, and how you are representing your answer. Like that's the main part of the interview. Like what they are looking for an ideal candidate. So these are some challenges like candidate faces, like their lack of confidence and preparation, and the recruiters, like what happens, like if a particular application holds up, and you can say like in under 1 day 1,000 applicants applied for that role, but they have no such high HR power, or they have to spend on more in the HR stuff to interview all the participants. But what we are going to do as a platform, we are going to provide them with the best minds only, like the top 20 or 30%. We can filter out the candidates on their parts. Like we are targeting 3 parties: candidates, the recruiters, and the colleges as well. We will help 3 of them to create the easier path for the interview practice. So this is our core idea. Like as you know, today everyone is using AI for their purpose. So I think why not utilize the AI abilities for our platform as well. So what makes our platform different is that we are not only targeting them with the specific interview questions. You can remember these and you can crack that. No, we will be providing them real-time feedback on both knowledge and overall performance, like the constant progress management also. Like we can first analyze their resume, and we can rate them and stand out like how they are, what their current position is, like what skills they are needed to upload for, or how they can manage these skills to crack that particular job profile. Like we can not guarantee them, but we can prepare them to what they are in current form, they can actually upskill themselves. So, and the USPs of this project is like we can provide them with, as I told you, the career readiness score, which also aligns with the IIC vision, and due to the new education policy also implemented for the employment progress part, we can also implement gamified learning method, like for the Frankie part, like as you guys maintain your Snapchat stick, or shouldn't take break, or you can get guys lost in that. So why not implement this in the knowledge sector, like educational sector also. So it will give you a sense of self-appreciation as well, like what happens in the lead code daily profile. You can have I'm talking for the coding part. So and on the recruiters part, as I told you, like we can cut them a whole cost at the HR stuff. We can provide them with the best minds only. We can have an analytics dashboard as well, like what skills the most of the candidates are having, and what they are what gaps they are having in their particular profile as well. So they can filter out most candidates out of it. And now coming to the major aspect of this Ideathon, as it is an ESL-based Ideathon. So we are going to focus on our business model and market potential as well. So what we are going to do as a platform for the individual candidates, like they can have a premium model. Like as you can see from the slide, in the free part, they can have a limited number of mock interviews, but limited number of feedback reports, company-specific preparations. And as we are targeting the Indian minds, like Indian students, so we have set this up amount 1,500 for 1 year, like which is too affordable, I think. most of the students can easily purchase this. So they can have unlimited number of mock interviews, feedback reports, and specifically the analytics dashboard, which will be help them to create a specific company profile or the job profile. They can easily manage their like how they are learning and what they need to do. And for the recruiters part, I think for the recruiters, as I was telling, so they can purchase the software as a service subscription as well. Like instead of a paper candidate, which can come costly to them, so they can have a plan purchasal as well for 1 year. Like for the startup, we can get around 20K per year, and for the enterprise or the bigger corporations, we can start from the 50K. And as I studied from a survey, there are like about even with one, if we get a potential of 1% companies in our hand, like recruiters, we can easily take up to the revenue about to 5 crore per year or like decent amount like 2.5. Like the market size is such huge in India. And coming to the last, and for the institutions, like what happens in institutions, like they don't have a proper I think colleges will ask me to like how will you grade them, or like how will you give a proof. So like we can start up some pilot programs as well in specific colleges, and we can like gather up some data for about 6 months, like how the placement, like how our platform will have the students in placements and how their chances have been increased. So like they can purchase a bulk license from us, like instead of a particular single purchaser, like they can purchase a bulk license from the range 500 to 10,000. Okay. And even if you are able to get 200 students from one particular college, like you know about some private colleges, they have about 2,500 to 3,000 students enrolled in particular CS field only. Like I am targeting for like about all the fields, like for MBA profiles or the whole engineers which are being produced in India every year. So like even if we are able to get 200 students enrolled in our program, we can have 1.5 lakh a year. Like this is the revenue estimation. And the market potential is very huge. As we know in India, over 15 lakh engineers are produced every year. And the coaching, like if we're talking about private coaching, so like the market is also huge for that. Like about 10,000 crore they are estimating to be grow about 2030, 12,000 crore. Okay. So like, but we are providing them with a very particular and cost-effective coaching. So like, as I told you in the plan, that 200 per month. Against the 5,000 to 50,000 courses. Like I've already seen myself, many of my friends are being enrolled in DSA programs, which have the cost around 10 to 20,000 in online mode only. And there is a lot of potential. So our main impact and vision is that we are standing on the software development government policies as well. We are targeting for quality education, to provide students with quality education and to provide them with economic boost. And as the platform ensures placement prep is no longer limited to a privileged few, but available to every student at scale, as the cost is too less and which can be affordable by any student, Indian student. As I know about the direct competition, such AI platforms are there, but they are selling us only 6 credits for like $60 or $50. Like they are foreign platforms, so they are not being like influenced by Indian students, or like we don't have such disparity power. And on the last note, I would like to end this with together we are not preparing just for interview or like some particular job role, but we are preparing for nation's future also. I thank you.
Thank you, Jatin. That was a fantastic presentation. I would now ask the judges if they have any questions.
Hi, Jatin. Great presentation. Am I audible to you, Jatin?
Yes, sir.
So I just have 2 questions first. So you mentioned the fact that you're going to have like a filtration process so that recruiters don't really suffer from spending too much time in their selections. But like my only concern with that is the fact that most recruitment agencies wouldn't want the cream, because for them it's more lucrative that people who are not the cream approaching them for jobs, right? So in your platform, how would you be solving that problem? Like people who don't essentially come from really good colleges or don't have a strong CV, how would they get themselves recruited into, let's say, a company?
Sir, I think I'm unable to get your part. Like, you are asking for the agencies which are already available.
No. So basically, I'm saying that recruitment agencies right now would probably have more people approaching them from colleges, from students who are, let's say, not from grade A or grade B colleges, but let's say other colleges as well. People often who wouldn't have great CVs per se. So in your platform, as you mentioned that you would want to give cream to the recruiters, so how would you target people in your business model who are not the cream?
Okay, so like I think the HR agencies need to have conduct some entry level test as well. So like we can do the work on behalf of them for that part. And like for the stand about part, I think our platform we will first collaborate with some TNP cells and ISC cells to gather up the data about how the current market sector is and what courses are being housed in current rounds.
I'll just rephrase. I'll just give you an example, right? For example, if let's say a student is from IIT, by virtue of the fact that he is from IIT and he has a strong institutional background, he is more likely to get recruited versus, let's say, a student from an engineering college of, let's say, Pune. So how are you able to target that student of Pune and get him to the recruitment agency? Like, what is the chances of you to be able to do that in your platform?
Okay, I got it, sir. So what we are helping them is in the same set also. We will prepare them for the interview profile, and we will also as I told you, we will first analyze their resume profile, what skills they are having currently and what they are targeting, and the gap we will bridge them. So to training them, we are not training them, but we will help them in standing out in the interviews. So I think if a particular student belongs to tier 3 college, we will also target them. The plan is affordable. So I think that tier 3 or tier 2 college will look up for that, so that they can collaborate with us, the TNP cell will collaborate with us. They can bridge the gap to shape the minds of a particular tier 3 student as to match the level of an IIT student. The difference is only for the college level, but you can get some resource or the knowledge from free resources or some courses as well. I think there is no difference in skill set of the IIT mind of a particular tier 3 college. So what we are helping them, we will get them into a particular zone to get comfortable with the particular interview. And by connecting them to the recruiter, we can suggest their profile. I think this feature will be very helpful for us. We can recommend some profiles to the recruiters if they are actively looking for a particular job role. So there will be no disparity if he ever belongs to a tier 3 college or a tier 1.
Okay, and just one last question. You mentioned about the premium model that you're also done, the freemium model where you also have like a 1200 rupees a year subscription. I forgot the exact number. But you also would realize the fact that for the premium model to work, you would also have to ensure that your free users don't get recruited as often, right? Because otherwise, why would people subscribe to the premium model?
I think that if we are getting for the businessman only, we will not suggest the profile, but I think for the ethical part, we should we will promote both the free users and the premium users. They are not getting the resources. We told about the feature, they are getting a limited set of resources for a company specific profile. They are targeting for Google or Adobe. They will not get such opportunity to prepare for any other company alongside with them. But I think the profile recommendation or the connecting part will be fair to each and every.
Right. Thank you, Jatin.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Jatin. Our next team will be Team Future Forge, led by Kirti.
Good afternoon to respected judges, dignitaries, and my dear friends who are present here. I would like you to spare me for the next 10 minutes for my idea, fast food. Globally, there are more than 100 new companies starting up every minute, but only a fraction of them solve what truly matters: time, effort, quality, or money. Ours does. So, fast fuel. Fast fuel is an innovative fueling and tracking system. Which automates fuel payment system just like FASTag on highways. What if refueling was as easy as passing through a toll gate on a national highway? What if a stolen car gets flagged every time it gets refueled? What if fuel stations could serve 20 to 30% more customers a day without even needing to add more manpower?
Good afternoon, good morning, respected judges and my fellow participants. I am Kirti, representing the Future Forge team, and I'm from NIT Meghalaya. So, just picture it in your mind that you're in a rush hour and you are work for the late and there is no fuel to your vehicle and you have to go to petrol station or any gas station and you have to wait in a queue. And then just imagine that there is a technology that you arrive the vehicle and you opt for the desired amount of fuel, and then you don't really have to pay anything, cash or UPI or card. Just a camera just scans your number plate through the ANPR, which is automatic number plate recognition, and it is linked to the bank account of your number plate and cut down the amount that you wanted, you urged for the fuel. And then after finishing off the payment, and you get a message to your number that you have got this much amount in your vehicle and you have urged for this much of fuel. And that's what here is. And also picture this thing. There is a stolen car, and the stolen car has came for the refueling thing. Or also think about hit and chase car. There is a suspect car, and it comes for the refueling to the petrol station. And then this camera scans the number plate. The main idea is the scanning the number plate and getting the amount from your bank account. And what if the police or government linked up with our services, and they inform us about the number plate. And then if we find the suspect very suspicious and we get it, and we alert the government authorities that we found this, and we will not dispense the fuel to them, and we will stop them there by itself. And this is just imagination and picturization of ours. And looking into the current system of India, we have FASTag, and we all know FASTag is used in the toll gates, right? But it is not completely reliable. It is a physical tax, and then you know that it can be damaged or it can be duplicated. Who knows? And right now, India is shifting from the FASTags to ANPR scanners. So, and if you check the payment issues, it is very slow. And it is completely contactful. And if you check the platform, there is no platform how much fuel you are using. What is the amount you spend, the expense of the fuel? Nobody knows. So here we created an idea, we visioned an idea. Our team has thought about an idea where we can solve all of these problems. And this is called fast fuel. This is a contactless fueling system and tracking system. You can even just fuel it to your vehicle and just you can go in. You don't have to think about paying or something, because already they will definitely scan your number plate and then the amount will be deducted from your bank account or UPI. Just like we are inspired from the FASTag systems. Just imagine this, because all the time just imagine we are going in a highway. That tolling is very easy, but petroling we literally take more than 5 to 10 minutes. And there are so many errors. Who knows? There are so many frauds. And also there are so many petrol frauds things happening, fuel thefts, and all this stuff. We created this design fast fuel. Here is the systematic flow of fast fuel. So vehicle arrives into the gas station, and then the camera reads the license plate. This license plate. In India, we have license plate in the number, the state and the numbers, and it will scan the entire thing. And after that, it will check the number plate and it will verify. Is the number plate valid or not? Does this has a bank account or not? Is this illegal or something like that? Any fraud? And it takes the validation of the plate number and it processes it. And after validating it, it will dispense the fuel. It will dispense the fuel, and the fuel will be pumped to the vehicles. And then later, after dispensing the fuel, the payment will automatically happen and the amount will be deducted from your bank account. And there will be a receipt sent to your bank account. There will be a receipt sent to your phone through an app. And then these transactions, the history of the transaction, how much fuel you have taken, what is the amount, what is the time, and in which place you got pumped your fuel into your vehicle. So this is the main concept and systematic flow of our fast fuel, led by my teammate.
So this isn't a rocket fuel, it already exists, we are just modifying it. This isn't something that we are creating new, we are just making it function differently. So imagine the next time you go to a fuel station, you just take your car or vehicle, you park there, you tell the attendant to pour 500 rupees of fuel, he pours it and you are onto the road, back before you know. No need to open your phone, check apps or take out cash or ask the attendant to bring the card swiping machine or enter the card pin. Sometimes the network is slow, sometimes the machine doesn't have enough battery. So what happens? So what's the technology architecture that we require? ANPR, camera processing plus edge pre-processing. This isn't new. It already exists with FASTags. Currently, FASTag was introduced in 2014 by NPCI, National Payments Corporation India. In 2019, it was implemented by NHAI, National Highway Authority of India. Then, later, on May 1st of this year, FASTags were changed to GPS-based system. So now it scans the car number plate and without you even needing to stop at the toll gates. So it already exists. What we do here, we scan the number plate. Any dusty, windy number plate, any dust, rusted number plates, also we can scan with edge pre-processing. So it enhances the quality of image that you're scanning. And then at the back end, it identifies is the number plate original? Is the car black that you have already registered in the RTO? Does the timing make sense? If I am a person who had fueled my car in Telangana at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and someone is using my number plate at 2:10 in Rajasthan, does that make sense? No, right? Here where AI anomaly detection comes forward, it helps to monitor these small changes. If I'm a daily officer, I'm a bank employee, let's say, I'm having my bank till 8 to 5 or something. I daily fuel my car at 7:30 I guess. But during the work hours, I never fuel my car. What if someone is fueling my car at 8, 9, say the valet guy? So I would know them. I could also, and this all the information will be sent to a mobile app and pump console, so that I would know if my car gets stolen or lost. I will keep geofencing in it. So if it gets refueled somewhere after a particular radius of say location, I will get a notification or the fuel will get blocked. So it will be flagged by the system. So we are aligned with government approved policies and will try to use the data centers like NPCI to get the data for the license numbers, names and bank account details. So why us? So why fast food? Why not take out your phone and pay the same fees? So what makes us different? So firstly, unlike fast tags, it is not a physical tag, it's already there on your car. You don't need to pay anything extra or fit anything extra. It is seamlessly integrated with the phones and app, so that you don't need to even open your phone while paying the amount. Enhanced security, so there is no fraud or any misuse of subsidy used by the government. Like there are some police officials, like I will not take the names, but there are some police officials who use their personal ID cards for unofficial works at petrol pumps or toll gates. If you see some of the taxi drivers or police officers, they don't pay the tolls. If they are on unofficial work, they have to pay the toll, but they don't pay the toll. They just show their ID card and then leave. So we can stop these kind of misuses, and it's policy ready. Like government with this analytics can plan better policies. So if in a place like Meghalaya, where the traffic is very low and the greenery is very rich, so if there are very less number of fuel or refuels here, I can reduce the price of fuel here so that it will develop more. And this reduces time and effort spent on fuel wells. Use cases. So who will get benefit from this? First, consumers. We as consumers, we get quick refueling and less time, and we can get expense tracking plus instant receipts to our phones directly. Fleets, like Amazon, Porter, Flipkart, these are the big e-commerce that we talk about. We only see the front part, that your delivery guy is giving the package, but we are not seeing the back. There are big trucks, big shipping containers that are broad. They need to be fueled, they need to be tracked. Who are keeping track of them? This system provides easy access to us and the companies to monitor how much fuel they are spending, where it is going, and also government and police. Like if a hit and run vehicle or a stolen vehicle gets flagged somewhere outside the vicinity, we can block the fuel for it. And petrol station. Now petrol stations can serve little more number of customers and require less manpower. So is this really doable? What we are saying, is this really doable? Is this possible? This is our business model. Like this is a rough estimate on how much would it cost. So initially we are estimating about 9 to 11 lakhs to set up the initial stations and pilot them. But once the backend server and app is developed, we are estimating 1 to 1.5 lakh per station with with one camera and 2 lanes of payment integration. So how we get this money back? So how are we planning to get this money back? We are thinking to have per transaction commission, just like UPI. You just don't really see it, but it exists in the background. It's very small fee. And we provide data services to governments, agencies. So who want to provide some data insights, or us customers, we need to we can check how much fuel we are being spent, where are we spending it, how is it going. And fleet and subscription and premium analytics for Amazon, Flipkart users. Then integration partnership, having collaborations with oil companies and government, so that we provide them analytics so they can plan a greener and better cities for tomorrow. So this is a huge market of untapped potential. In India, there are more than 80,000 plus petrol stations and more than 300 million vehicles. With our system, not only this 80,000 petrol stations will work efficiently, and the 300 million vehicles or 30 crore vehicles on the road today will be little more safer than before. So how are we planning this? We are thinking to plan this in a 3-phase prototype. The first phase will be testing the camera of ANPR and local payment integration. This will be a local testing. And after that, we would like to scale it to some select stations at select places. So, to know that is this idea really working? Are we getting some profits? Then we would like to scale it as well with partnerships with either government, state government, central government, or oil companies. So, what impact does this have on our lives? So, what impact are we creating with this idea? First, governments and law enforcement have improved efficiency through this tracking. And we will reduce fuel theft and fraud, subsidy misuse. And fueling stations can now serve more than 20 to 30% more people a day. And we, the customers, the greatest benefit and primary objective is to reduce our effort and time. We are estimating we can save about a 40% of time without even needing to take our phone and all. So, concluding it, this is a future vision. Our idea is flexible. We can integrate this with EVs later when we develop EV infrastructure in India. And this is scalable, secure, and impactful. We are not just automating fuel payments in India. We are creating a fuel mobility ecosystem. Along with India's digital infra and sustainability goals. And the time is currently very right because we are phasing out the FASTags and switching to ANPR technology anyhow on the highway. So this is just a little add-on at the fuel stations. Thank you. And we are open to suggestions and questions from anyone.
Yeah, firstly, great presentation and a fair bit of research as well you've done out there. My question is the fact that would you essentially be able to track a stolen vehicle? Because, for example, the vehicle could be mine, registered to my name, linked to my bank account, but be driven by my driver. So in that situation, it would still dispense fuel, right?
Yes. In that situation, as I said, the app exists. So when you know that your driver, without informing, has taken your vehicle, you can drop the fuel for the vehicle. So the next time when the driver stops at a refueling station, he doesn't even get fuel. So he's stranded then, and you get a notification to the police or authorities, or you yourself get notification that your driver is in some way at a place in this petrol station requiring enter this much amount of fuel to be spent in your car.
And with regards to fuel theft, you're looking at the consumer side of the problem, but even for the supplier side, the ones who are petrol pumps themselves. So how does fuel theft stop there? Because often, a lot of fuel theft happens by manipulating the density of fuel, etc. So that technology wouldn't essentially help fuel theft.
Now when we have the analytics, if a company starts misusing, if I see a loophole in the system, assume Indian Oil Company, I'm not just criticizing it, assume Indian Oil Company is pouring less density of fuel compared to HP. When government gets the analytic of both fuel companies and sees that the people are refueling more at Indian Oil, Indian Oil is getting more refuels than HP one for the same distance. So it means that something is fishy, something is wrong. Here where AI anomaly helps. It processes all this information in background so that we can function better. But yes, there are some irregularities. We will definitely try to solve them. But we are trying to minimize them for now. Later we can improvise the system or make it better, or we can also include it with EVs.
Just one final question. You mentioned the per transaction cost as a revenue model, right? So fuel market is pretty sensitive. For example, if prices go up by a few paise, people in general have a lot of complaints. So would that be still feasible to do?
So if a fuel company, it's very competitive market, sir. Every fuel company is trying to make their fuel at least 30 paise little less than the competitor. If someone who is partnered with me uses my technology and he gets, at least he can serve 3 vehicles little bit more than his competitor. So assume he gets 2 rupees extra profit. Assume he gets 2 rupees extra profit on that day using my system. So if he gets 3 rupees extra profit, he can invest the amount to reduce fuel cost by 15 paisa. So he's better than his competitors. He is managing to sell the fuel at 15 paisa less. So he's getting an advantage here over his competitor. And this idea is unique. We are the first mover, so we have the first mover's advantage to this. Answer any suggestions?
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you team for your wonderful idea. Up next, I call upon team Tech Titans led by Rohit Das.
Good afternoon, respected judges and everyone present.